Hi, and welcome to the Ellis Talker Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I have a very special guest. I have the mayor of Midlothian, Richard Reno. He has graced me with his presence again. Thank you, sir, for coming on the show again. I really appreciate you.
Well, Isaac, thank you very much for having me, and I really enjoy speaking with you. And I love your music.
Thank you, thank you. That was I thought that that intro was definitely fitting for this the kind of show that I do in Ellis County. So, I've already introduced you in to the people of Midlothian in the past, but I wanted you to just give me a quite quick little rundown, and then I want to ask you one question. One of the citizens sent in that says, "Why did you decide to serve as mayor?" So go ahead and tell the people about you, and then go into that question.
Well, I was born and raised in Dallas County. I started in Oak Cliff and moved out to Richardson when I was in the fourth grade. An interesting thing about that is Richardson, believe it or not, had 2,500 people when we moved there. It was a 2A high school. And by the time I graduated, it went to 25,000. So I've seen this type of growth before in the Metroplex. Uh, we moved down here in 96. Our three kids all graduate from school here. So I'm part of the community. We love it here. And this is a great place to live. Circumstances came up, and when the last mayor had to step down for health and other reasons, uh, I was encouraged by friends to throw my hat in the ring, and I did, and got elected. And so I've been mayor now for 2 years, and I got a couple more to go. I really enjoy it, and this is a great time in the city to be part of this growth. And we're going to talk about a few of those points when you're in your questions. I know. So I'm here, and we're having a good time, and we love the city.
And we appreciate, obviously I appreciate your service in the Marine Corps, and I
We're all,
point that out again because I have, my father was a Marine. Of course, I gave you a ride as a squid, but always good to talk to, always good to talk to a jarhead. Always good. But
yeah.
I wanted to go ahead and go into one of the things that has been happening as of late, and that is budget talks. So I was watching the last council meeting, and they were going through some of the expenditures and some of the tax rate and some of the things going out, and um like one of the things they were talking about was, and I'm sorry I don't remember the gentleman's name, but one of the things that were being discussed was the the tax rate, because of the abatement, was going to, the revenue was going to be like 5% instead of the 15% or something like that. And some people could probably, the gentleman explained it and why it happened. Can you speak more on that?
I'm not too sure the exact thing you're referring to. Our tax rate is 67.5 cents per $100. Uh, the last 2 years, we lowered the tax rate. This year, we're holding it flat. Last year, we have a flat budget over COVID, and so we've held city services and cost flat here for 2 years now, and now it's catch up. Our revenues are up. Our revenues will be up 10% in this budget, and so we've increased our budget by 10%. We're maintaining the same fund balance, so our fund balance will be the same. It's going to be at least 180 days of money in the bank, and we're holding the tax rate the same. And our costs are going up 10%, but that's from being flat from last year. So we're holding services, and keep in mind that over half of our budget is fire and police. So city services are there. We're making sure that we have quality people in our police and fire departments. We're making sure that we have the right equipment and we can deliver the services, the operational services. Uh, the abatement, I'm not sure exactly which topic
I'm
you're.
sorry. It was what I saw was that I guess the Google abatement kicks into
Oh,
this
oh,
budget.
so
Right.
what? Okay,
Right.
yeah. So what has happened is the Google data centers were built, and we got some really good revenue from that for the first 2 years. But now their abatements for Google is kicking, and so our revenue from that will be down uh, by 5% for 5 years. This is not, we're not giving money to Google. What we're doing is we're not taxing them the full amount that we could, and we will in the future. So, and this was an investment in our community. Bringing Google here is a long term investment for the people. And so that abatement is now in process where it hadn't been prior to this 2 years. Uh,
Mm,
but I keep in mind there is no abatement for school taxes. So school taxes are paid by Google, and it's only the county and city that we can give abatements. And what we're saying is you can have a period here where we won't tax you on the new value of your property. We'll tax you on the original value, but not the view. And then in 5 years, you'll be paying full amount to the city. So
yes,
it's an investment in the future.
definitely an investment. Now, what I did see was that the tax base overall increased because of the new houses growth and stuff like that. So, um, why not drop the rate a little bit with the base expanding?
We could do that, but we're in a period of change and flux. So we lowered the tax rate for 2 years. We tightened our belts, kept the budget flat, and so we're going to take a year of a breather, if you would, and then review this. So the question is, over the long term, where do we want the tax rate to go? So, given the costs are up and given the growth we're having, we think we can hold what we have and maintain and provide services. Uh, but we do want to continue to look at this into the future about adjustments to tax rate.
Now,
We
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mayor.
also would love to take the tax rate down, but we got to make sure we can deliver the services. And with the growth of our city here at 6-7% per year, we got to make sure we can deliver services.
Yes, and we're going to be talking about things like road and infrastructure a little bit
Yes, sir.
later. But I anything in the budget that you saw concerning, can you give the watchers and the people of Midlothian kind of an update as far as our debt or some of the things you saw that may be concerning down the road, or are we in good shape?
We're in great shape financially. Our ratings are top. The amount we get on our notes is excellent rating. We can thank our city manager and staff for that. We're much better financial shape than most places. Uh,
That
the
go ahead.
uh, I went off on a tangent there. Uh,
It's okay, Mayor.
um,
Yeah. So I mean, if
one thing. No, that's
go
a
ahead.
side note. No, in the budget, there's nothing that concerns me. And I would like to point out that as we went through the budget process, the staff asked for $2 million for road improvements. We felt that we had the money and the resources and the revenue that we upped that to 2.5 million. So council added additional $500,000 in the road repair but part of the budget. So our budget basically was 5 to 10% increases across the board in different areas, but in road repair and we upped it. Council upped it by $500,000 additional over what staff asked for.
Obviously the one of the biggest costs was labor costs, and I saw that you had to tighten. Obviously, because of COVID, we had to tighten up, on hiring. So we're planning on hiring more police.
Uh, yes, we have approved a position, and we're going to convert two to full time. Uh, One of the challenges that our city has is we're in competition with other cities for good officers, both fire and police. We have to be competitive, and we have to have a police force that will grow with the community. We have a fairly young police force in the ranks. So we want to retain those people and make sure that we have the positions that filled. Uh, and in the fire, they want a training battalion officer, which we're going to wait probably a year before we hire. So we're doing incremental increases in staff and in police.
So, lastly, what I wanted to talk about on the budget was road improvements. There was a citizen that wrote in about um, the 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 road situation on the 663, um, and I apologize that I had this up um, on the S curve. Obviously, the S curve comes up. It says the asphalt breaking up on S curve and on 1387. And I know, I guess that belongs to Tech Stock, but is there something that you can do to communicate with Tech Stock the urgency to?
We there is, and we have, and we continue until we get them to fix it. But we are at the mercy of tech stock on that one. We're bringing to their attention. We keep it to their attention and pressure, and we will pursue other avenues that we could perhaps fix the problem. But yeah, at this point, and unfortunately, on the farm to market roads and 287, that we're at the mercy of tech stock.
And yeah, the state definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe the next person to pick up that House rep, we can hit his ear or her ear. Um, let's see, more time on new.
And
One of the citizens had talked about a moratorium on new development until the infrastructure could be um, until we could catch up with infrastructure. Since they brought us up, what are some of the things that you're seeing on the budget for infrastructure?
oh well, for infrastructure, it's primarily the roads there, but in fact, it's almost completely about the roads. We're wide in McAlpin and looking at Walnut Grove. We have several projects. We still have we had a little bit of money left over from the 2017 bond, but we're down to below $5 million, and we're spending that. We're making sure we work with the school district on huck and runs, and so the city is has a great road plan. You can go to the city website and see these master road plans and all. You can also look at the bond progress on the bonds on the city website. Uh, and we're staying even, and it's hard to get ahead, so we're staying even with the roads and the growth and all. And keep in mind, developers, as when they develop, they have to contribute and participate in the development. So these major developments will help with the roads.
Okay. Um, so let's move on to another subject that has been has been at forefront again, unfortunately, and one of them is COVID. COVID, this Delta variant, and people having breakthrough infections and mandatories. Is there? I know that the state of Texas, or Governor Abbott, has passed, or signed an executive order against mask and mandating masks, but like Dallas Jenkins of Dallas County went ahead and imposed one anyway. Is that something that you see yourself doing? And if not, for those people that are concerned with COVID and the city, what are some of the things that you're thinking as far as dealing with that if it rears up itself again?
So first off, I'm not a medical expert or professional. We have great medical professionals out here, Dr. Nordstrom, and then I have my own personal physicians that keep us informed. I've had my shots. I've had both shots. I encourage people to have their shots. Uh, we're about half, the county is about half half the people have had their shots. So we encourage that. You're right. The governor has put in place that we can't mandate certain things. And the city has always kept in pace with the county and state. Uh, Part of Governor Abbott's philosophy is that Texans are responsible people and will take care of their own self as they need. Uh, I will say that Midlothian has done an excellent job handling COVID so far. So far, we have stayed with county and state. We have not added to when we could. Uh, the people responded well. We kept our parks open. Businesses, though, can set their own rules. People need to do what they're comfortable and use, and we encourage people to use best practices uh, on COVID and wear the mask when appropriate. Please keep in mind that right now we're in a spike. Our levels now of new cases is the same level as it was last February. So we're spiking up here, and we're going to spike for a few weeks, and then it'll come back down. The key thing is our medical facilities, the hospitals, and all. So generally speaking, our hospitals, the ICU and COVID, they're pretty full. Our ICU beds are full. We have 18 beds in the county. 11 of those are being taken by COVID. So COVID, the spike here is real, but apparently, and again, I'm not a medical person, it's a minor case. We've had 2 deaths since the July 19th. We're up to 325 county, and I think we're about 33 in Midlothian. Uh, so the governor has set in place what, as long as this current situation, what people can and cannot require. But we encourage people to continue what they've done before. Get your shots. Is my personal advice. But keep in mind, we are experiencing a spike here, and I think it's primarily that Delta variant. Uh, and I have not seen official word on how long to expect this spike to last, but we're up to the levels that we saw last February.
Wow, that is significant. I didn't know that. So the hospitals are kind of
They,
informing you that their ICU beds are full.
the beds are full, the hospitals are full. Uh, and really, that was the original main concern was not to overwhelm the medical system. The medical system is handling it, but this spike has caused us to fill up the hospitals, especially the ICU beds.
Yeah, that's definitely concerning. There is vaccines available at most of the pharmacies that I know of, just for PSA folks. That said, I wanted to move on real quick to some of the division. There's been, obviously this country has not only dealt with a pandemic, but it's also dealt with issues of race. And obviously those things are ongoing on the educational side. But one of your constituents wanted to know what are some of the things you'd like to do to promote unity in Midlothian.
And these will be examples. If you look at the recent past, we've had a wine walk, we've had a street dance, we've had a 4th of July parade. We have movies in the park. We had Parktovia, however you say it, recently. All of these events have been excellent. I've been to all of them, and the people have come out, 3,000 people. We're a blessed city. We have a city that has many good things going for it. And in this last event around talking to people, and when the people come out, we 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 mix well. We get along well. The street dance was a blast. That was a lot of fun, and there was over 2,000 people there. So these type of community activities is what's going to help bring us together. I encourage people to get involved with the service organizations, get involved with your church, get involved with committees in the city. There's lots of opportunities to get involved with the Chamber of Commerce. On the side, myself and several of the council members, we meet with other groups, and I have very close relationships with several people from different perspectives, and we have very good conversations. You have the one situation which which is not a city matter. Uh, this is for the school to deal with. The school has recently hired a new superintendent and a new deputy superintendent, and I've met both of these people, and they're excellent people. They're great fits for our community. They're going to work with our people as we work through these challenges, and I have confidence they will. But on the city side, uh, the council, we step up and we see our duty. We're here to provide, and if you look at the preamble, we're here to provide justice, we're tranquility, we're here to a common defense, security. We're here to secure our liberties. And I am very confident in our staff, our council, and our citizens that we are a great community working together. So it's just a matter of us getting out and meeting each other and being civil. And we are.
Yeah, definitely being civil goes a long way. Try to treat people as you like to be treated. Golden rule. Now, I wanted to go into, because I got to ask a couple of questions about this, the progress with the downtown plan. Um, yeah, basically that's what people wanted to know. What's going on with that? Where we're at? How about the Lawson building? That was another question that I had gotten asked. Can you update us on the downtown plan?
And we're going to be coming out with some updates in the next week or two in general. There's several good things here. If you back up a couple of years, a downtown master plan was created, and that involved over 1,200 people put input to it. They took a year. They produced about a 200-page document, and you can go online on the city website and see the downtown master plan that was approved. An integral part of that was the Lawson buildings. And so 2 weeks ago, we directed staff to negotiate with the Lawson City, that was the Crocker team, to negotiate with them on the Lawson buildings. And so right now, the city staff is negotiating with them for this one group to acquire the Lawson buildings. They're going to put restaurants and retail in there, and small incubators, offices, and also they have a plan that and there were 9 submissions. We interviewed 4 people. The council considered 3, and this was the group we selected and directed staff to negotiate with. If all goes well, you're looking at 12 to 18 months for the Lawson buildings to be open. In conjunction with that, we had the city bond election, and where the voters approved a city hall library. We have 16 submissions from architect firms for the design of the city hall library. That's underway. We will be picking the winner of that sometime in this year, near future. We're acquiring the land and all, so the city hall library is, and we've approved the money for the architect of the building. So that's on track, and hopefully in the next 2 to 3 years to realize that. So uh, you've got a lot of things going on here coming together. We got a master plan, we got the Lawson buildings, and we have the city hall and library. And we also have other businesses coming to town that helps us.
Yeah, you know what? I want to talk about that definitely. What kind of new things can the city of Midlothian be excited about again? Hopefully, it's not another pizza joint. We got about 150 of those. We got about 150 of those. So
We're
what
going
else we
to
got going?
we're going to have an upscale restaurant.
Okay.
And this is going to be a destination center, and this is my interpretation. We have a young community here, and this is aimed at these younger people, the young families, the people who have joined our communities. They're creating a destination place for people to come, both day and at night. If you put the city hall there and the Lawson building, you've got this daytime traffic uh, that will be there, and then at night you'll have the traffic there. It's all going to be upscale. We're going to go up a rung or two on our restaurants. We're going to go up a rung or two on the different facilities. So it won't be a chicken or pizza place. So
No more chicken pizza place. There
no
you
more.
have it. You heard it here first on the Ellis Talk.
But
Because we are
I'll challenge the people though. Uh, we've got to support these places. In the past, we've had a few upscale restaurants that have come and they never could get traction. So the market's going to dictate what's there. So we hear what the people want. Now they got to vote with their dollars.
definitely, and I'd like a steak joint. Definitely would love a good steak joint.
I would.
Now, one of the things that I have thought about, because there was a rumor recently about a cigar lounge being opened up in Midlothian, and I am a big cigar connoisseur. I love a good cigar. I took them up in Iraq, and I haven't let them since. So, the cigar lounge, mayor, if you can make that happen, I would really appreciate it.
Well,
So,
we approved one several months ago, and for uh, other reasons, commercial reasons, uh, they didn't come. But we approved a cigar lounge down there on 663 several months ago. So the council apparently is open to that. Um, and when a business comes, so we've already approved that once.
excellent, excellent. So, Mayor, as I start wrapping up, is there anything that you'd like to address or talk about that maybe I might have missed to tell the people of Midlothian, you know, what's going on?
Well, if you go back to things about our community, how do we come together, and how do we move forward as a community? Uh, last last night we cut the ribbon for a fitness national fitness court down there by the softball fields and the football stadium. This is open. You go there, you have a good workout. It's I do it, so it's all ages. Uh, we're also going to have a mayor's back to school bash on August 14th. This is going to be out there at the stadium, in the multi-purpose stadium. This is going to be a great event. It's an all-day event. The Manor House puts it on. The Midlothian Community Development has helped fund it. The kids are going to get their school supplies. They're going to get eye tests and other things. But it's a bash coming back to school. If you come out there, you can watch the school superintendent. I'm going to be in a ducking booth, and the school superintendent's going to be the first person to throw baseballs at the ducking booth. Um, September the 11th, downtown, we're having Heritage Day celebration. This is being put on by the Downtown Business Association. First 2,000 people get free barbecue. It's going to be all day. The National Night Out will be there during the day. There'll be dancing, games, contests, cornhole, and so this is going to be a great event. So the things like this that the city is doing. I think tomorrow night there's movie in the park. Uh, so there's a lot of good things here to be involved in. So I encourage everybody to come out for these events. We have a great city here. We have a great staff, great citizens, and your council. I think we do a pretty good job. Occasionally, we have good discussions. So please join in.
Take a role in your government, folks. Listen up, and a lot of these stuff. One of the things that I've seen posted on was, can you believe this building is being teared down, or you know, well, they're building this. And the thing is that there's a phase and planning, and it goes through many things of approval. When the bulldozers show up, you, it's pretty much too late. I mean, and so pay attention to what's going on as far as what's growing, what's going, and that's on planning and development. And the mayor has said in the past, if you got questions, you can reach out to the mayor and talk to him about it. Right, Mayor Reno?
That's correct. You have my cell number is on the website. You can call, reach out to me, call the city secretary if you want a meeting with me. That works. Uh, and you look at growth. The downtown master plan honors the heritage and history of our city. And the main reason for that master plan is to do that, preserve the old city here as best we can. But you don't want, in my opinion, you don't want the past to lock you in from the future. And occasionally there will be some sacrifices made. This is a judgment call, it's a balance, it's the greater good. But we're going to have our old town that was 1 block wide and 2 blocks long. We're now going to be 2 or 3 blocks wide and 3 blocks long. So, and with the city hall and all, we're going to have a place here that we will can celebrate and be proud of. So,
Folks, again, thank you so much for coming on, Mayor. I really appreciate you coming on again. Um, Folks, I ask that those of you who do pray for the mayor and the councilman. They have to make these decisions, and they're human. They have to wrestle with these things. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and let them know when you have concerns. But thank you, Mayor Reno. Again, thanks so much for coming on. Um, I ask that everybody hold on for a minute. I wanted to go ahead and do a brief message. Thank you, Mayor Reno. I appreciate you coming on, and I take care.
thank you, Isaac, very much, and I appreciate the opportunity. You have a
Bye
good
bye.
day. Bye.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for staying, and thank you for watching this interview with the mayor. So, I just wanted to briefly tell you I get requests all the time for questions about things that are going on in the city. And while personally DV LeBron has his personal views, the Ellis Talker was made so that the people who want to run your government, or the ones that are running your government, can talk to the people about the things that are going on, some of the plans going forward. So I don't do partisan, and that, I'm sorry. There's plenty of outlets in Ellis County that will be more than happy to do those kind of interviews, or get political, get really ugly sometimes. I'm not one of them. I opened this for you. I wanted to be informative. I didn't want to be combative. So, you know, when I get those messages, I understand your passion. And some things I may actually agree with you on, but the Ellis Talker Show is not about that. I try to keep this positive because I love this community and I want to keep you informed. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I should be having Dr. Fay, the Midlothian superintendent, on. And, you know, I hope that you guys continue to watch because I do this for you. You take care. Bye bye.